Rogers and Kemigisha Theopista for UBC.
The Church of Uganda has sounded a warning to individuals, other religious denominations and sects that use their liturgical vestments. This follows a public notice on the infringement of Church of Uganda's 42 registered trademarks for bishops' vestments with Uganda Registration Services Bureau over concern of misuse of the official attires by the unauthorized entities.
While addressing the press at the provincial offices in Kampala, the House of Bishops representatives and the provincial chancellor revealed that those found guilty of abusing the Church of Uganda's liturgical vestments will face criminal proceedings.
Enforcement will be in two forms. The first is, of course, civil. We have put in place a committee of chancellors who will be handling the infringement process, so that when they identify you as a person who has infringed on the trademarks of Church of Uganda in respect to vestments of the bishops, then you can be followed up, you can be prosecuted.
The Anglican Church says they are gazetting both episcopal and clerical vestments for Church of Uganda. The Church of Uganda has sought for registration of its 42 bishops' vestments with Uganda Registration Services Bureau URSB.
What was the difference? Before they gazetted it, they had to ask us and also to cross-check things. So we don't think there will be any cause to fear or to worry in that. The fact that URSB was able to guide.
The process of registration has been completed. And after it has been completed, what is left is therefore to now go and enforce the protection of these trademarks that have been registered.
Has come to our notice in many occasions that we see similar attire with other religious sects or denominations which are trying to portray the colors and also the attire, the bishops of Church of Uganda.
Our Christians who are very innocent, they don't identify. This one is Church of Uganda, Kraje. This one is Church of Uganda, Bishop. This one is identified as Church of Uganda, Church Minister, especially in the areas of bishops. Recently I met one of the persons seated on a border, came out, and then he went to the market. And he was pushing a wheelbarrow. And he was putting on the bishop's attire, the shirt. Uniform, it is just a shirt. For us, every attire and every part of the attire has a meaning. And if you don't know the meaning, you just put it on in the market, you put it everywhere where it is not supposed to be. My prayer is that as we identify people by uniform, know them, and also go for pastoral counseling. My prayer is that not every person who puts on purple is a purple man.
The 42 items with the trademark rights include the white overgarment, cassock or surplice, robes, scarves, among others.
Paul KAGAME, no, I beg your pardon. The Uganda People's Defense Forces 1st Infantry Division has arrested a 56-year-old man who has been masquerading as an army officer for so many years. Adam Sentongo was arrested from Kasangati, Gayaza after the members of the public became suspicious of his actions. His two other accomplices escaped during the arrest.
At the time of his arrest, he was in a UPDF uniform that portrayed him as an army officer at the rank of a lieutenant colonel. He was paraded before the media at Kacheri Army Barracks.
Where he got our army stores. We are following. We are following, and we shall make sure he tells us where he gets army stores.
According to the 1st Infantry Division spokesperson, Major Charles Kabona, a search conducted jointly by the police and the UPDF officers at his home discovered an assortment of UPDF equipment, including more military uniform, among them the ceremonial attire for senior military officers, pips of various ranks, UPDF vehicle number plates, a toy pistol and a baton, among others.
UPDF officers, one omulaba yali mu biseera bye eby'eddembe oba n'omukyala we nga yambadde uniform zaffe za UPDF. Wano zino nkofiiro ziraba ceremonial za senior UPDF officers tulina kuzambala ku mikono. Zino pips oba enyota, eno ya captain, eno giraba bulungi nayo captain, zino za major, eno lieutenant colonel. Kati obadde nga kusooka bali abantu nga bamulaba nga ali captain, naye abadde nga agenda nga yerinyisa n'afuna eddaala lya major, n'ava ku major n'afuna lieutenant colonel, naye abadde ne pips eza full colonel nazo muziraba wano, ceremonial pips oba ranks za colonel. Naye wano ate abadde nga yepromotinze n'atuuka ku major general, wano abadde afuuse 2-star general, naye ffe twamukwata nga ayambadde ranka ya lieutenant colonel. Eno toy pistol yabadde nga akwata nga agenda kukola ebikolwa ebimenya mateeka.
Major Kabona revealed that the suspect has been using his alleged position to protect land grabbers in and around Kampala, and he has been approaching various police stations to rescue suspects. He was also accused of illegally mounting roadblocks in various places of Kampala.
We have been telling the members of the public that there are such a negative elements in our society who have been going ahead terrorizing Ugandans. He has been involved in the land giving protection to land grabbers, and whenever he goes there, of course, our name is tarnished, because people always think these are our UPDF soldiers involved in the land grabbing. No yambala uniform, oyinza kuteeka roadblock mukubo n'obba abantu, naye abantu bajja kulowooza abadde nga babba magye ga UPDF.
Adamu Sentongo, who was arrested with another man, declined to speak, but according to Major Kabona, the suspect has been cooperative, admitting that he has never served in the army.
Even himself, he testifies that I have never joined the UPDF, although I had a dream and a wish of joining the army.
The UPDF Act of 2005, Section 161, criminalizes any civilian illegally caught in possession of military attire.
That the moment a civilian is found with the UPDF or military attire, is a candidate to be taken to army courts. Therefore, when everything is done, investigations are complete, he would appear in a division court-martial or a general court-martial. He's here, you can see what he has.
Major Kabona says investigations are still underway, and once completed, Sentongo will be tried by the military court-martial. He called upon the public to be vigilant by reporting anybody with suspicious intentions to the authorities, explaining that such people are responsible for tainting the image of the UPDF.
We are still investigating, because as you know, sometimes people desert, and they desert with our uniforms, and sometimes people can get uniforms through dubious ways. But all those will be critically analyzed, and whoever we shall find that he was conniving with him will be held accountable.
I'm Ivan Juko for UBC.
President Paul Kagame, who is also chairman of the RPF in Kontanyi, and his wife Janet Kagame have cast a vote today in presidential and parliamentary elections that unfolded across the country, that is Rwanda. At Gachuriro Technical Secondary School polling station in Kinyinya sector, they joined Rwandans who registered for elections in the area and came as early as 5 a.m. in the morning and waited for polls to start at 7 a.m. Kagame is the presidential candidate for the RPF in Kontanyi and 8 allied political parties. He is competing with Frank Habineza, the chairman of the Democratic Green Party, and Philip Mpaimana, an independent candidate. According to the National Electoral Commission, more than 9 million Rwandans registered to vote in the elections that will decide the president and members of parliament for the next 5-year term. Independent presidential candidate Philip Mpaimana also cast his vote at Camp Kigali School polling site in Nyarugenge district. The other contestant, Frank Habineza, the presidential candidate of the Democratic Green Party of Rwanda, cast his vote at GS Kimironko 2 polling site in Kimironko sector, Kigali. 2 million of the voters were first-time voters, according to NEC, that's the National Electoral Commission, and the partial results of the elections will be announced this evening, while the provisional parliamentary results will be announced on the 16th of July. The Police Directorate of Traffic and Road Safety has urged the public to retrieve impounded motorcycles from different police stations. Michael Kananura, traffic police spokesperson, while giving a weekly traffic brief, stressed that over 10,000 motorcycles are rotting at different police stations in Kampala Metropolitan, and owners are asked to come with proof of ownership for these motorcycles.
Uganda police plans to decongest yards at different police stations by removing impounded motorcycles. That Police Directorate of Traffic and Road Safety calls upon owners of the impounded motorcycles to produce proof of ownership before retrieval.
Come with documents pertaining the motorcycle so that you take it. Because most of those vehicles do not have any pending investigations or inquiries ongoing. And even those whose motorcycles went missing, probably they could be among those ones parked at the stations, and that is why those who had them at the time were being impounded have not come to claim for them. So please check with us at the stations and take your motorcycles.
Those with minor traffic offences are directed to sort areas, while those without ownership documents should go to the banks for details to confirm that these motorbikes were acquired on loan scheme.
But when they also come, the criteria is you have to prove ownership of those motorcycles. That's the procedure. And that's why I say that if you don't have the card because it's with the bank, the police will be able to verify that or to know. If you say that you got a motorcycle from this bank, we are able to follow up and know. Or the bank arrives to police and informs them that they have the card because the motorcycle was issued on loan. At
least 10,000 motorcycles are abandoned at different police stations in Kampala Metropolitan. Meanwhile, Traffic Police has provided traffic report for the last week where 81 deaths were registered and 301 injured in road crashes.
Among those that died were 35 motorcyclists, 28 pedestrians, 13 passengers on motorcycles, 3 pedocyclists, 1 driver and 1 other. Crashes on motorcycles, both riders and passengers accounted for 59% of the total death, followed by pedestrians, who contributed to 35%.
In other traffic operations last week, 331 violators of traffic rules were arrested. 75 had no driving licenses, 107 had no class licenses, 149 never acquired licenses, while 787 motorcycles were impounded. Abnasir Lobama and Kengisha Theopista for UBC.
Minister for Internal Affairs, General Kahindo Tofire, has challenged fellow leaders to desist from confusing demand for accountability with hate speech. Otafire's remarks came in the wake of corruption reports where some public officials have been caught on the wrong side of the law. While officiating at the graduation ceremony of Kampala International University, Minister Tofire implored the young people to join the struggle in freeing themselves from corrupt leaders.
The beginning of the year, 2023, corruption scandals rocked Uganda in what was popularly known as the Mabati saga. Iron sheets meant for the people of Karamoja were in the hands of wrong recipients. Some public officials have since appeared before court and some ministers have been fired. 2024 came with reports of syndicated corruption at Parliament. Some legislators are before court.
Don't allow people to tell you we are stealing on your behalf. Leaders don't steal. We don't elect leaders to steal. Nobody wants their souls to glorify corruption. Oh, that this person stole and shared with you. No.
Not even attempts by some public officials to sugarcoat corruption have succeeded.
When your child misbehaves, you beat and say, go back and do something good.
omwana bw'aba akusobezza omukangavvulamu katonotono n'omugamba genda otereeze okole ebintu ebirungi.
And you're better off having a child, even if she goes and eats something, so long as she brings back home.
Corruption is corruption in a form, and we condemn corruption, and we shall fight corruption in whatever form it comes out.
I feel bleeding when I see African people drowning in the Mediterranean, running away from resource-rich Africa, going to resource-exhausted Europe, just because the previous generations and our generation have failed to turn the resources of Africa into comfort for our people.
Uganda could become a corruption swamp whose draining may prove difficult.
If you are in leadership, you have to be upright and accountable. Upright and accountable. Those of you in authority, stop confusing request, demand for accountability with hate speech. That's the digressing from democratic practice in leadership to rule by law.
The youth are urged to rise up against corruption.
There is enough, there is enough to satisfy man's need, but there isn't enough to satisfy man's need. Therefore, young people, I implore you, pick the button where we are dropping it and struggle for freedom, for mankind, and for yourselves.
Reports from the Inspectorate of Government indicate that annually, Uganda loses about 10 trillion shillings to corruption. Henry Okrut, UBC.
Mbale City Health Department with the city police have arrested 18 people in an operation to end shisha and public smoking. Mbale City Health Officer says that they are implementing the Tobacco Control Act of 2015.
On September 15, 2015, President Museveni assented to Tobacco Control Bill and it became a law that was gazetted on 18 November the same year to regulate public smoking. In implementing the law, Mbale City Health Department and police conducted an operation to apprehend offenders.
We were able to get hold of a number of suspects who were caught in the act of smoking cigarettes directly, shisha, and we got all those suspects, and as we talk now, they are at CPS Mbale.
The Mbale City Health Officer, Dr. Moses Mugonyi, explained that cigarettes and shisha smoking is on the rise in the city, involving the young and the old.
Tobacco is one of the dangerous products which people often consume. It basically damages every part of the body, from the lungs. It is well known for causing lung cancer, it causes heart diseases, it compromises on the functionality of the brain, it affects the heart, it affects the stomach.
According to Dr. Mugonyi, shisha and substances smoked in the public does not only affect the primary smoker, but also non-smokers in the surrounding.
It has effects on the primary consumer as well as to the secondary consumers of the smoke who are sitting or standing next to the person who is smoking. That's why, as stakeholders of Mbale City, together with the police, this is a routine exercise which we do such that this exercise is discouraged as much as possible in all the public places.
13 are male, 5 are female. It is too harmful a lady to smoke. Just imagine domestic violence. It's on rampant. Reason being, if someone has smoked, he can lose his senses. That's when you will hear that the other one stabbed somebody, men, they will end up raping, and other many things which can happen in the community.
18 people were arrested in the weekend operation. Mbale city leaders have expressed commitment to combat the vice to avert the associated dangers of smoking. Charity Marion Imnat and Muhammad Diga, UBC News.
Over 300 units of blood have been collected to meet the demand for blood in hospitals. The Uganda Blood Transfusion Services has teamed up with the Lions Club of Kampala Central in a new blood donation drive targeting the youth at Bethany High School.
The Uganda Blood Bank, in collaboration with the Lions Club of Kampala Central, has initiated blood donation drive to ensure that hospitals have sufficient blood supplies to save lives. The drive aims to encourage the youth to participate actively in the life-saving cause.
That you never go far until you start doing something for someone else. Many sicknesses, and therefore as Lions, we think this time is good for donating blood.
With this partnership, blood donation is anticipated to reach a broader and youthful audience.
Abakyala bangi bazaala ne bafa nga bazaala ne tebafunye musaayi, abaana abato naddala abalwadde ba kansa ekwata n'abaana. Kati bwe tebafunye musaayi bayinza okufaako, so nga bw'oba ogaba omusaayi kiyamba ggwe nti omubiri ogugwe guba mugumu.
Blood will serve the community, and we are teaching even the younger people that you can do an activity where you don't expect any pay, but you are serving your community. You are giving back. They can give back through their blood. We are happy.
Plans are underway to extend drives of this nature to various schools and communities with hope for more blood units.
Kati leero tuli ku Besane naye tugenda ne mu masomero abalala kubanga abaana abato be basobola okugaba omusaayi baba n'amaanyi omusaayi gwabwe mulungi ne baba na birwadde kyonna tujumbira nnyo abasomero.
Blood donation we are giving out today is to serve the less privileged or people who will be in need of it. So it is part of our activities we do as Lion Club.
With an estimated population of about 46 million, Uganda needs 450,000 units of blood annually. However, only 350,000 units are collected, leaving a deficit of over 100,000 units. Mary Namkose, UBC News.
Prosecution witness Ronald Mugabe Ruranga, an advocate, has informed court that in the month Henry Katanga breathed his last, he was planning to work on his will. Mugabe confirmed to court that 2 days before his death, Katanga had brought some documents at the lawyer's office situated on Nkrumah Road to help him on how to write a will, and they had planned to meet over the same issue.
High Court Criminal Division in Kampala before Judge Isaac Muwata is proceeding with the hearing of the murder case of businessman Henry Katanga. The case against More Katanga, Martha Nkwanzi, Patricia Kakwanzi, daughters, Otai Charise medical practitioner, and Amanyide George Shamba Boy. Prosecution witness number 6, Ronald Mugabe, a lawyer and a business associate, was a friend to the deceased Henry Katanga. Mugabe told court that, as a lawyer, he used to help him in documentations of money lending agreements, sales agreements, and effect transfers.
Are you making those documents?
You will
do you require him to do anything with it?
He will sign, and those who took the money.
The witness also testified to court about Katanga's final days, including a phone call they had on October 21st, 2023, asking him for a meeting to give him some documents.
Did you come to know why Mr. Katanga was looking for you?
I came to know later from one woman that the purpose why he wanted to see me, he wanted to make a will. Then it was around 12 when we received the call that Katanga, we are waiting for his death.
The witness who described the kind of man Katanga was also told court that after the death of Henry Katanga, police from Jinja Police Station searched Katanga's office, located at Nkrumah Road in Kampala.
There are documents they found there and money, about 21 million. They found the agreements, they found the checks, they did it from morning. Then they went to church for mass.
During cross-examination, defense, however, refuted witnesses' allegations that he's a practicing advocate, basing on the letter they presented to court, signed by Patricia Muko on the behalf of the chief registrar. Basing on the land transfer documents presented to the witness, which they didn't show his names, lawyer Kabega also suggested that the witness was lying to court, that he used to help Katanga in making land transfers. Court resumed on 22nd August 2024 for further hearing of the case. Meanwhile, the International War Crimes Division Court, any time from now, will start the hearing of the case, where 8 suspects are accused in the murder case of Major Muhammad Chigundu. Although the case was set for hearing today, the trial panel was absent. The panel to preside over this case include Justice Andrew Byabasaija, Justice Susan Okalanyi, Alice Komuhanj Kauka, and Justice Patrick Basaza Waswa. Deborah Namamonde, Viola Nansubuga, UBC News.
We thank you so much for watching. Let's take a short break.
Amanya gange nze Namutebi Sharon nga nkolera wano wennyini Saka Kirombe oba Makindye. Empangula gye nawanguddemu ssente mbadde nga nkozesa mobile money nga nsindika school fees w'omwana ku ssomero. Okutegeera nti mpangudde, nze mutima neegambye nti kambalinde bamale okujja ndyoke nzikirize nti mpangudde. Kyennyinza okubagamba nti si byabafere, weewaawo abafere gye bali, naye ennamba eri emu yokka era bw'eba ekukubidde omanya eyo si yabafere. Mpulira bulungi nnyo 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 era ndi musanyufu nnyo. Naye MTN mobile money mbebaza nnyo, mwebale nnyo, mwebalire.
Together we're unstoppable. Gold. We all want it. That soft yellow glow of a subdued sun in your hands. That precious polish of elegance. To hold it is one thing, but to taste it is everything else. Relish the satisfying taste of a beer, unmatched in quality, unmatched in consistency, and with 23 Global Gold Awards. A beer unmatched in gold.
Uganda has commemorated the International Youth Skills Day, which is observed on the 15th of July every year. The day is celebrated to raise awareness about the importance of equipping the young people with skills.
The United Nations General Assembly declared July 15th International Youth Skills Day in 2014, recognizing the importance of youth skills development for sustainable development and socio-economic growth. The day also promotes the development of skills relevant to the labor market and highlights the role skills play in addressing global challenges like poverty, inequality, and unemployment. As the country commemorates this day, we took a drive to Sino Uganda Mbale Industrial Park to ascertain how skills development has been observed. It is a policy of government to drive industrialization and job creation. Sino Uganda Mbale Industrial Park is run by Tiatin Group. The park produces mobile phones, smart television, solar panels, electric cutters, mattresses, bed sheets, baby diapers, washing detergents, and electricity cables. Namada Robert is an employee in the television making industry, and he tests the signals of television sets. He claims that before he was employed, he had no skills.
I joined omwaka oguwedde gwali mwezi gwa kubiri nga joininga Sino company. Okusoma kwange nakoma like P6. Nabe nali nkola kale okujja wano eno naye tebyali birungi so kwe kusalawo nzije joininga Sino nga company. Nebyansikiriza okujja mu Sino okuba nalina skills ezimu zinali njagala okufuna ng'omuntu okubeera nga nange ina okubaako kye neekolera ng'omuntu.
Mukwasa Alex supervises the assembling lines. He says the park has been useful to him.
In my studies, I ended in S4. The time I've spent here, I've experienced some skills. Assembling the TV, I can repair. In case of any damage, I can repair. And I can observe where the problem is.
At this phone assembling plant, the youth say the park has equipped them with skills to earn a living.
I joined this company in October last year as someone who knew nothing about technology and phones. Then I came to know about it here. I was introduced to many things, to assembling phones from the beginning part to the ending part.
At the tailoring section, many Ugandan youths have benefited from skills development.
We started learning, but for me I had some knowledge. We started learning from the trousers for ladies. From that time, we shifted to gentles. They were very complicated, but I had to learn very fast because I had that heart of learning. I came to know other tribes of people of which I didn't know. I learned the languages. I also had a chance to look at the Chinese because I had never seen them. Yes, and also looking at the new machines for tailoring. And I'm very happy right now I know all machines in the production line.
Unisteel is a steel-making factory starting operation. It's to be one of the leading steel producers in East Africa.
The success of his products are based on the highly technical team which he has, and basing on experience that they have in the field of steel manufacturing for the past 20 years in China. Their quality is very stable, and it comes up because they choose high-tech, which is one of the very best or one of its own in the whole of East Africa.
Safety to both employees and employers is priority.
We are trying to make sure that each and every factory in this park complies with health and safety policies.
Mbale Industrial Park employs over 4,000 Ugandans, majority of whom have skills that can help them to become entrepreneurs. Of the workforce, over 70% females who are skilled, semi-skilled and unskilled, offering services in different factories. Sino Uganda Mbale Industrial Park has fulfilled its goals on youth skills development for employment, decent work and entrepreneurship.
By luring these Chinese investors to Uganda, we are fighting unemployment, which is very good. These, you look at these workers, you can see them moving around and moving back home. We get them raw as they are. and prepare them, impact skills. These vocational skills that should have been got in schools, we offer them here.
Sino-Uganda Mbale Industrial Park was commissioned in 2018 and is among the 22 industrial parks in Uganda. The park covers an area of 2.51 square kilometers. Deborah Namamonde, Tony Senabulia, UBC News.
The third edition of the League of East African Directors Convention is set for the 25th of this month in Kampala. This annual event is focused on addressing the most pressing challenges confronting businesses in the region. One key area cited for improvement is the need for greater harmony between the board, management and the shareholders to ensure the sustainability of institutions and organizations.
The LEAD Convention is a prominent gathering that unites corporate and non-executive directors from across the region. It serves as a vital platform for fostering collaboration, facilitating knowledge exchange, and sharing insights among directors, executives, and influential decision makers across diverse industries.
We would like to commend the leadership of the League of East African Directors for putting up and for showing resilience and not only talking about these concepts, but also putting them in practice within this organization.
According to Fiona Wall, the Chief Executive Officer LEAD, the 2024 convention will offer a diverse array of thought-provoking sessions. This includes roles and responsibilities of the shareholders, board and management.
But sometimes we have seen, especially in institutions where there are grey lines between the shareholder, sometimes if it's government, sometimes if it's even another shareholder, interfering with the running of the organization or with the governance of the institution. We've also seen there are very legal ways in which the shareholder can get involved. This is at the shareholders meeting, through the AGM, those are the instruments the shareholder has to use. But then there is also the aspect of when it comes to the board, at what level does board stop and where does management begin?
Now in its third year, the convention is geared towards addressing the most pressing challenges confronting businesses in the region.
Some of these things catch people when they do not know exactly, what better is, what better looks like. So this is an opportunity to see what good looks like, what better looks like, so that we can unlearn and learn new ways of governance.
We believe in proper governance. We believe in governance of our people, our customers, youth, businesses, tomorrow's nation. And that is why we have been sponsors from the word go. We believe an investment here is worthy to move us all to a better place.
Slated for the 25th of this month in Kampala, the third annual LEAD Convention 2024 will center around the theme, Boards of the Future, Fostering Resilience in an Uncertain World.
Now, the reason why you have a policy is because now to help your board have a proper oversight of that. And the moment now the oversight is there is when now you'll be able to even embed in the accountability aspect.
Marion Awori and Dennis Sigoa for UBC.
Hi, my name is Rachel Nduhuchiri and I am a Ugandan actress and the winner of the Africa Monologue Challenge 2023. Now, thanks to your immense support, the Africa Monologue Challenge Season 2 is coming to Uganda between July 25th and August 20th. Africa Monologue Challenge is looking for passionate Ugandan storytellers to take part in a Pan-African short film that will showcase Uganda to the rest of the world. To be a part of this, all you have to do is weave a captivating narrative that captures Uganda's cultural heritage while fostering connections between 10 diverse individuals from 10 African countries. This short film will be shared to over 50 film festivals. Now, to find information on the AMC 2024 finalists, visit www.africamonologue.com. Please submit your short script, which should be 10 pages for a short film between 10 to 15 minutes, to africamonologue@gmail.com before 30th June 2024. Now, let's talk about rewards. The selected script will have the writer's full name in the end credits. You will get a chance to collaborate with amazing filmmakers from all over the world. You will get a small token for your creativity, and you remain with full ownership of your script. Let's work together to create a Pan-African film that will echo African stories throughout the world.
Coming soon on UBC.
Welcome to Inside Broadcasting.
Sharing with you the process behind what you see on the screens.
My name is Lorraine Masika Kazimoto.
Step behind the scenes and witness the magic that brings your daily broadcasts to life.
That's why I come out openly to actually tell you that I'm an investigative journalist. That even when you see me here, I'm actually investigating you guys. So you should be aware about that.
Experience the hustle, the heart, and the human stories of our on and off-air staff.
I see my phone ringing and I'm like, ooh, which number is this? I hear the president on the other line.
The president of the Republic of Uganda.
Of Uganda, yes.
Be inspired, amazed, and part of the journey that powers Uganda's most captivating TV and radio moments.
Because good broadcast comes down to an individual. They should be artistic.
This is Inside Broadcasting.
Inside Broadcasting.
Inside Broadcasting with Mark Wadula.
Coming soon on UBC.
Thank you so much for watching, and welcome now to Sports News. The Uganda Rugby Cranes 15 squad for the 2024 Africa Men's Cup that starts this weekend was announced last evening by the head coach Fred Mudola as the national women's basketball team Gazelles enter high-performance training camp in Frankfurt, Germany, ahead of the 2025 FIBA Zone versus Afro basketball qualifiers.
The 28-man Rugby Cranes 15 squad includes notable names like Nathan Bwambale, Santos Senteza, Alex Atlinda, Byron Oketayot, Conrad Wanyama, Timothy Kisiga, Philip Wokorach, and the captain, Ivan Magom. The 2024 Rugby Africa Men's Cup will kick off on Saturday, July 20th at Mandela National Stadium, Nambole, with Uganda taking on Zimbabwe at 4 p.m.
Coach, you want the team cohesion, those that understand the systems, some fitness levels, disciplined. Yeah, you put all that in selecting. But for this time round, it was very tough because almost every number had almost 3 or 4 capable players. Because as you know, in South Africa, I think we were 36 players. Then we had left 7 here plus. So it was really hard task, but we had to come up with a final 28.
It's been good preps. You know, we went down to SA. We picked up a lot of lessons from SA. The 7 players who were in SA with the Blue Bulls, you know, were able to pick up a lot. And, you know, we've been sharing as a team, and so far so good. We're not complaining, despite, you know, all the hindrances and difficulties, but we are happy. And yeah, we're looking forward to the tournament.
Other participating countries are Namibia, Burkina Faso, Kenya, Senegal, Algeria, and Ivory Coast. This tournament will serve as the first stage of the 2027 Men's Rugby World Cup qualifiers for the African region and will be played following a straight knockout format from the quarterfinal stage. In basketball, the Gazelles are in Frankfurt, Germany for a high-performance training camp. The camp is a crucial preparation for the team as they gear up for the February 2025 FIBA Zone 5 Women Afro-Basket qualifiers. The camp, running until July 25th, is hosted by FC Nottingham, which runs the Rotnik Stars Kelten franchise, competing in the German Basketball Bundesliga. The team also made changes in their leadership, with Jen Asinde and Hope Akelo coming in as captain and vice captain respectively.
So pretty much want to go and create chemistry, build something, because we feel like we didn't have the opportunity to do that the last time. But just being able to, go to Germany and meet our new coach as well, and see what he's about. Flavia's shoes is really big for me to fill, but with the help of the staff and my teammates, and also the help of God, I feel like I'll be able to be a great leader, a good leader.
The Commissioner for Physical Education and Sports in the Ministry of Education, Reverend Canon Dr. Duncan Mugumya, has reiterated government commitment to use schools for talent identification.
Talent identification and development world over is a reserve for schools, and in rare cases, sports centers of excellence set aside by government for communities. In Uganda, schools are the easiest to perform that task, with this being done well at Mount St. Mary's College, Namagunga. This has been evident during the college's 2024 sports extravaganza on the theme Teamwork Makes Dreams Work that was graced by Physical Education and Sports Commissioner, Reverend Canon Dr. Duncan Mugumya.
Challenging you, and learners, I'm challenging you. I was so excited to see parents seriously, patient to see their learners, to see their students participate. You have done a great thing. God bless you. God bless you. The purpose of Ministry of Education and Sports is quality education. Quality education means holistic education.
The head teacher, Reverend Sister Regina Nabawanuka, is proud to preside over the college at a time when education and sports are intertwined for holistic education.
This day is very important for us, and actually we began preparing for this day at the beginning of the year. Namagunga is important and well known for academics, but it is also well known for sports because we have a number of sports activities in the school, and we qualified even for the East African Games. Our hockey team and lawn tennis team are going to participate in the East African Games. You asked how important it is for us. Here in Namagunga, we train the whole person.
The competition was between 4 houses in disciplines like football, volleyball, athletics, lacrosse, netball, badminton, tennis, chess, athletics, and cycling.
And today has been the climax with athletics. We had other races earlier, races like the mini marathon, and today we've had races like 3,000 meters, 1,500, 200 meters, 400 meters, 100 hurdles, the cycling race.
We thank you so much for watching. Maybe to wind up, Donald Trump in the U.S. state election, Donald Trump has selected J.D. Vance, a junior senator of Ohio, and also an author as his running mate and vice president. Vance was once an outspoken critic of Donald Trump, mocking him as America's Hitler and a total fraud, but he now says Trump is the best president of his lifetime. So we'll give you the stories in detail in our subsequent bulletin. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Michael Jedalokomwa. With Elizabeth Nakakon and the whole team, wish you the best of the night. Catch you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
UBC, inspiring Uganda. Coming soon on UBC.
Welcome to Inside Broadcasting.
Sharing with you the process behind what you see on the screens.
My name is Lorene Masika Kazimoto.
Step behind the scenes and